That's correct. Yeah.
Hello. Hello, America and curling fans from Canada to Newfoundland. This is your host, Ryan Olson, with the first draw of the 2025 Mixed Playdowns as part of the WTakeout.com MoPac Championships, brought to you by curling.gg. It's a long name, but I think it's worthwhile. Our featured game is between Team Maxie of Coyotes, capital of the Dakotas, and San Francisco Bay Area curling. And then also we have Team Hazard from Lake Tahoe Epic Curling and One Country Curling. Rocks and play. We are underway here. Hopefully we'll keep you up to date on other games in action. Looks like a pretty nice hit and roll there from Brian Feldman. And we're going to see an intern coming from the lead for Team Maxie. That's Gabriel Coleman. Looks like a hit and roll. Well executed. So both leads had hit and rolls early in the game so far. As we see Katie Feldman. Doing an out turn. Oh, it flashes. And now we have a new face for Team Maxie. That is Adam Nathan. think Maxie wants us in the house. So that draw from Nathan looked pretty good. Next stone coming from Feldman. This is going to be another flash, unfortunately. So we have 4 sheets in play with 2 streams. On sheet A, we have a contest between Team Barajas and Team Duncan. And then on this is our feature sheet on B, Maxie Hazard. And then on sheet C, we have Leclerc versus Pomeroy. And that is our second sheet coverage game. And on sheet D, we have Team Walsh and Team Fry. So all these games are available for scoring on bondspieler.com. And live streams on the MoPac YouTube and also the Coyotes YouTube. So hopefully you guys will stay tuned for a really nice weekend of great curling. We'll be here through Sunday afternoon. Oh, that's a flash too. Oh, goodness. So I think Hazard's going to need to change up their strategy, or maybe find the right path to these stones. But Maxie is going to keep putting rocks in play. And it looks like they're going to kind of close the door, put up a guard. As the first rock from the third for Maxie comes out of the hack. That is Michelle Wagner. Just looking for a guard. Or at least in front of the house. A front stone, as you might call it. Actually, it's turned more to a freeze. So it looks like Eric is just going to try and get some of these rocks moving. Not a ton of weight out of the hatch. Okay, so it's not a takeout. They were did change it up. Changed it to a draw. And it ended up in the back 8-foot area. It's not shot, but it does cut Team Maxie down to a single rock. And it looks like Maxie wants to try and pluck that out. With the broom to, I think, do like hack weight, maybe. Maybe attack weight. As we see Wagner's second rock. It's hanging out there. And it will make contact, and does make the yellow go away. And the shot zone also rolls away. So here we are at Stipstones already. Just time flies when you're having fun here at the Double Takeout MoPac Championships. DoubleTakeout.com MoPac Championships. Have to get the branding right. As we see, Team Hazard pushed out a hat. I think looking for a draw. They are in a bit of a bind early here. And that did end up in a great place. It shot rock. That was a great draw there from Team Hazard. It's a little exposed. And so Fred Maxie is going to take it on. As Fred gets set, just looking to take it out. Don't think he wants to stick around here. Hit and roll, it looks like. And Maxie is sitting 5. Let's take another look. Hit and roll, it looks like. And Maxie is sitting 5. Let's take another look. So Team Hazard's in a bit of a bind here. Let's see if they're going to be able to respond to Maxie's early aggression. Looking for a draw here. Could be a smidge heavy. And it will, actually the weight looks pretty good. It does wick off of the red shot rock exposed. It does give Maxie something to think about, but they also have a chance to break this game wide open. As Fred Maxie gets set here with his last. Chance to score 6. Sweepers are on it. It looks pretty good. Past the guard, chips out the yellow. Count them up. That is a 6 spot there. That is a crooked number. As Team Maxie takes a 6-0 lead to start off the game here at the MoPac Championships. We'll be back in just a moment as our coverage continues. Just a quick shout out to our sponsors. The 2025 doubletakeout.com MoPac Championships presented by curling.gg is brought to you by curling.gg, doubletakeout.com, and Endgame Curling. We're hopefully going to talk about our sponsors a bit more as we go through the tournament, but we definitely appreciate their support. So back to the action as Gabrielle Coleman throws her first. Gabrielle, pardon me. And she throws it in the house. I think just a really forcing Hazard to take that on. As we see Brian Feldman deliver the first rock. I think just be looking to tap it back. Going for turn. Turn tap back. Ashley knows, trying in. Settles into the back 8 foot. And looking for a takeout here from Coleman's second. And mission accomplished. So Brian Feldman is going to similar weight. I was trying to figure out the shot he's doing. This is an in-turn clockwise rotation. I think just looking to put up a front stone. Yeah, it looks pretty good. As we see Nathan with his first rock at the second end. I think just looking to pile it in here or put up another guard, perhaps. This being another in-turn clockwise rotation. And oh wow, puts it right on the lid there. So we see Katie Feldman. This little up weights. Looking to maybe jostle those red stones in the house. Another in-turn clockwise shot. Has a little tap back action. Red is still sitting 2 as Maxie wants Nathan to peel the guard. And that is accomplished. All right, so next stone coming from Kate Feldman, looking to draw in again, and that looks to be creating a bit of a wall, or like in front of a pocket. Those red ruts are a bit of a pocket now, so that's pretty good. So the situation is getting a little complicated in the house, as we see Michelle Wagner's first. Red is sitting 2, but if Hazard's able to push those yellows back, it could generate a multiple point end. And so it looks like Maxie is looking to kind of clog up the front, make it harder for Hazard to do that. And it looks like Wagner put up a front stone. Pretty good. Looking to draw in. Looks like it might be on the guard or the front stone, and it is. And then the shooter rolls in. Not a bad outcome. As Wagner gets set for her second rock here. Looking for some up weight here. Going to get one of the yellows to go away. And the red rolls into the pile. So Hazard still has an opportunity here. As Eric Hazard still has his second shot. He's really calling for them to hold the line. I think the weight's a little light for what they're trying to do here. Does add a pile. Gonna tap the back slightly. As I mentioned at the top of the broadcast, we are keeping track of scores at bondspieler.com. And let's see if the scores are up to date. Not quite yet. We'll work on that. So looking around the rings, from my vantage point, it looks like on sheet A, Team Dungeon scored a single in the first. They're up 1-0 over Team Barajas. Sheet B is our feature sheet, where Team Maxie jumped out to a 6-0 lead after the first end. Sheet C, there's no score posted. Blank hand, thank you very much. So it was a blank. And then on sheet D, the contest between Team Walsh and Team Fry. It looks like Team Walsh put a 3 in first. Or, I need to clean my glasses. It looks like it is 3. The war room confirms. So Fred Maxie shots away, looking to move some granite, and it moves one of the reds out of play. Pushes one of the yellows back. So now it is the counting rocks. It's Maxie sitting first and third rock, and Hazard sitting second stone. Well, it looks like Hazard had the chance to really shift the dynamic of this end, even more than they are already. They're looking at maybe hitting the yellow into the reds, and then be sitting maybe 4. Interesting development as Edie Hazard slides her way down the hat, down the ice toward the hat. So we're going to need to see, I think, some weight here. A little wobble. Weight says looks like it's not heavy, but it looks close. It's gonna hit the yellow onto the red. Pushes the shot stone through to the back of the 12-foot, but then the shooter goes away. So it's now Hazard sitting 1, 3, and 4, but Maxie has the second stone. Not too bad. And Maxie is being careful here. Doesn't want to take out their own red rock, but they are going to throw some heat at this stone, it appears. Maxie gets set with his last here without the hammer in the second. It looked pretty good out of the hat. Maybe he needs to curl just a smidge more. This could be not great. Hits the red. And the shooter rolls underneath the front stones. So now Hazard has a chance for 4. They're sitting 1 right now. So, interesting start to this tournament. Maxie jumps out to a 6-0 lead, and it looks like Edie Hazard has a chance to answer. This hammer here in the top. For an intern takeout, it might be it gets the red out, and then the shooter goes back of the 12-foot area. So it looks like 3. So good response from Team Hazards. So Maxie will have the hammer when we come back to the 2025 doubletakeout.com MoPac Championships, brought to you by curling.gg. This game is the first game of our tournament. We have 4 games on tap today, potentially 4 games tomorrow, and then Championship Sunday featuring semifinals and our championships. We're looking forward to having double stream coverage. That's a phrase. On the MoPac YouTube channel, plus the Coyotes Curling Club channel will also have coverage on Sheet C. As we see Brian Feldman's first rock. Make its way down the ice. That is going to be a guard. It is on the center line, and there's a rule that's still relatively new called the no-tick rule. So for the first 5 stones of an end, an opposing team can't dislodge that rock off the center line. Although now that I see it again, it might not be touching the center line. It's close. It looks like Gabrielle is opting to draw to the top 12 foot, and Maxie is happy with that. And so Brian Feldman Sr. throws it second. I think looking to draw around that center-ish guard. Looks like it's wide. Let's see if it comes back in. And it does get back to the center line, so they do have some offset center guards. And that one definitely is touching the center line. As we see the second rock coming from Coleman. And this is another draw, I think maybe to, well, it's going to be a little heavier. It's going to tap and roll. Gets exposed, and so Hazard is looking to take advantage of that and hit and roll in with Katie Feldman's first rock. This is the mixed fours format, and it's not the same. It's closer to the four-person game as opposed to the mixed doubles that you might see during the Olympics. So as it hits, it's still open though. So with the mixed fours, you have 2 men and 2 women, and they alternate the gender as they play, or as they throw their rocks. Pardon me. As for Team Maxie, you have woman, man, and then for Hazard, you have man, woman, woman. And yeah, it's offset that way under the rules. And also, there aren't any substitutes in this variation of the game. The team, who you have is who you have. And it looks like Nathan made that hit pretty nicely and was able to roll to the wings as we see Feldman's second. This is over curling and it flashed. Just, another miss there, unfortunately, from Katie Feldman. Asking to clear some rocks, and it's just line's not there, perhaps. As we see Nathan through some clearing weight here. It's going to get both yellows moving. Shooter rolls out of play. So Eric Hazard throwing hit. It's both stones moving. That's double takeout. Let's check the replay. So Eric Hazard throwing hit. It's both stones moving. That's double takeout. And that double takeout was brought to you by Double Takeout.com. And then it looks like Michelle Wagner threw a takeout of her own. Just a single takeout though. And then the shooter itself stays on the outside of the rings. So Eric's seconds down here. I think maybe looking to draw around the corner draw that's right there. It's a little light though. I think it's going to end up inside the rings. And it does. So this is Michelle Wagner seconds. Just looking to clear things up. Does get rid of the yellow, and the shooter rolls wide to the left. Does provide a front stone to maybe draw around. Early in this game, as the Edie Hazard is looking to draw around. Looks like a pretty good release. And then talking about shot selection, almost everyone's been asked to throw a mixture of draws and takeouts. And that draw is just going to be a little short and a little wide. So Max is going to take it on with his first with the hammer. Just looking to chip that shot out. I think he's looking to stick around. Maybe hit and roll under the yellow as we see Fred Maxie throw his first. Hit and it rolls left. Is it going to stick around? It does. And so now Hazard is going to have to take that out. And if they roll and stick around, they might force Maxie to a single, which would be the best outcome. So it does give Maxie a chance for two. This is Edie Hazard's last here in the third of a possible 8 ends. Needs to come back. It does chip the red. The shooter's going to roll through the house out of play. So the primary mission was accomplished. So looks like Max is going to try to give us a bit of a fancy dance. Try to split and spill those that front red into the house and scores too. So he doesn't need to do the shot, but I think he's looking to see if he can make it get 2. And if he misses, he still gets 1. Last strike here, coming in 3rd. Always bring it through. Okay. So he throws through, and we'll keep the score 6-3. He'll also keep the hammer as we head into the 4th end, and we'll have it for you when we come back to the 2024-2025 doubleTakeout.com MoPac Championships presented by curling.gg. Welcome back to our ongoing coverage of the 2025 MoPac Championships. Ryan Feldman threw a draw and ended up in the house. I would think that he wanted more of a guard because it does give Coleman a takeout here, which he makes. So just like that, very quickly, play has been drawn into the rings. Looks like Hannah's just going to try and either put up a guard or draw on top of the red. Looking for a draw. No, turns into a guard. On the center line, so the no-tick rule is in effect. So it looks like Max is going to ask Coleman to draw to the wings. And this will go into the rings, settle into the back 8s. So Maxie sitting 2. Looks like Katie Feldman is going to be asked to kind of draw on top of the red in the rings. So it taps the red back. The shooter's going to roll wide. It's going to be open, and it's second shot for now, but it looks like Adam Nathan's just going to pick that out. Does get the hit. It's going to roll across the center, across the shot stone, and sit second stone. So Katie Feldman is going to, I think, just draw into this little nest of red rocks that's being built. Looks pretty good. It's going to tap the red bat slightly and his shot. It looks like a heavy draw can get to that yellow though. As you see Adam's second rock coming. I don't know if this is what Maxie wanted. Looks like it came out a little bit wide. It's going to actually hit one of the reds out of play. So the weight looked pretty good, just not on target. This end is being brought to you by curling.gg, one of our presenting sponsors. Curling.gg is a site where users can recreate their shots in different curling scenarios. It's a robust simulation site, and it's all at curling.gg. So Eric's throwing a draw in turn, and settles right on top of the shot stone. It's going to be tricky for Maxie to get them both moving. I think he can actually maybe get the double as Michelle Wagner gets positioned. We are playing up to 8 ends, although teams can choose to resign early if they feel the game is out of hand. Also, as part of the format, we are going to take a 5-minute break at the fourth end, after this fourth end. Oh, it crashes on the guard. So a good effort there, but just a little tight. Did open it up, so it's going to force Eric Hazard to put up a guard to replace the cover that was there. And I think you want to keep it outside the rings. You don't want to go into the rings and give Michelle or Fred an opportunity to drop a bomb of heat. That's a phrase no one said before. That's a good guard. Drop a bomb of heat. So we got Michelle's second rock, and they are opting to clear the front. And it runs the guard into the house and gets rid of one of the yellow shot stones. Let me show you what I'm seeing. I don't know if they wanted to run back, but I'm going to mark it as they did. It looks like Hazard is still sitting 2 without the hammer. However, it's going to be kind of hard for Hazard to protect both of those stones. So it looks like, just based on where Eric put the broom, they want to kind of maybe draw in, create like a bit of a cluster, and then force Maxie to bring the demolition works, which he can bring. So looking to draw into the pile. This is Edie Hazard's first without the hammer. I think only her second in-turn, a clockwise rotation. I'm trying to keep track of shots to give you guys more information as we go through this tournament. It's tricky, but I'm trying. This line looks pretty good. The weight is close, and I guess they're okay with it being a little on the light side. It does end up, I think, a bit buried, frozen on the shot stone. So it looks really, really good there by Edie Hazard. I'm going to score it a 4, which is slightly arbitrary because I'm trying to guess how effective these shots are. In curling competitions, scoring is done on a system of 0 to 4. 4 is basically an excellent shot that met or exceeded expectations, and then 0 is a miss. And then you use the other numbers based on how effective you think the shot was or not. So it looks like I said, Maxie is probably going to bring some heat here. Going to bring some outturn heat. Nope. Intern heat. This looks like it might. Oh, it's on the guard. Oh my goodness. So you didn't throw a lot of weight at that, and it over-curled into the guard. So Eric Hazard's guard did his job. It does open the front, so I can be a little generous to say that might be a 1 point, even though that wasn't the shot that they wanted, or the outcome they wanted. So it looks like there's Team Hazard sitting 3 without the hammer. So this is a tricky situation. But they like drawing to the pile. I like it too. Basically, it also anywhere in front of the house makes it really hard for Maxie to score even just 1. So let's see what Edie Hazard has on tap. I think if she draws right on top of that yellow on the center, Maxie can't get all 3 of those stones moving, and so then Hazard would really be forcing Maxie to try to find some way to score 1. So this is the last shot from Edie Hazard, going for a draw. Line looks pretty good. It's similar to last time. It finishes pretty hard though, and it is a front stone. I think fairly effective. So it does cover the front. Trying to see how Maxie can get in here. They're trying to, I think, hit right down the middle of those yellows, kind of right in front of where Maxie is right now. But also, this could just be a shot to prevent giving up a bundle of points. So if he could try to double the yellows out and be content to give up a single, that might be the approach. Or they could. I don't think the triple's there, because I don't think the yellow that Wagner has her broom next to is going to go away if the shot goes the way I think it is, or it could. Sorry. Two of the yellows could go away, but not all three. Because I think what's going to happen is, we'll see what happens. I think they're going to hit the yellow, the target yellow into the pile and get two of the yellows moving, but one of the yellows is going to stick around. This is the hammer. It's going to hit and gets rid of one of the yellows, or pushes one of the yellows back. So that probably was the best outcome that he could have gotten. But it is a steal at 2 for Team Hazard, and brings the game within 1. It's 6-5 as the teams take a pause. We're going to take a brief pause myself to work on my breathing exercises. And we'll be right back to the 2025 doubletakeout.com MoPac Championships, brought to you by curling.gg. We'll be right back. ongoing coverage of the 2025 doubletakeout.com MoPac Championships presented by curling.gg is brought to you by doubletakeout.com. Doubletakeout.com is the site to find how the top teams from around the US and around the world rank. That's at doubletakeout.com. And by curling.gg. Curling.gg is a site to recreate a good game, go through different game scenarios based on how the conditions are on the ice. That's at curling.gg. And by Endgame Curling. Endgame Curling, part of the future of curling equipment in the United States. All right, back to the action here. The Mixed 4 Championship coming to you live from Coyotes Curling Club. This is your host, Ryan Olson. Glad to be here. Happy that you guys are tuning in. And we do have coverage on 2 sheets for this tournament. This is the feature sheet, the contest between Team Maxie from Coyotes, San Francisco Bay Area, and capital of the Dakotas, and Team Hazard, hailing from Lake Tahoe Epic Curling and Wine Country. As we see Ryan Feldman get set to throw his first. The second stream that we have is actually being hosted by Coyotes on the Coyotes Curling Club YouTube channel. Although we have playlists on both channels, so you can go between the streams if you prefer. And we also have live scoring at bondspieler.com. I should double check to make sure that that's working. Feldman does put up a guard, effective on the center line. No tick applies. As we see Gabrielle throw her first. She's been curling for 10 plus years. She and Maxie were on the 2022 Mixed Fours champion team for MoPac. And this draw around looks pretty good. It's pretty buried. So Coleman's shot selection has been mostly draws, but she's been asked to throw takeouts twice, as far as I can track. And they were very effective. Looks like Brian Feldman's being asked to draw a round again. Brian Feldman's been curling for 10 years. This looks like it's going to be on the guard. Maybe push the guard back. And it does. And so the no-tick rule applies to the opposing rocks. You can do whatever you want to your own stones. And they were able to tap it back. It stayed on the center line. So that, I think, was effective again. Got some staggered offset guards. As Gabrielle throws her second stone. Going for an out turn. And then for Brian Feldman, he's thrown all draws, and they've been mostly effective. This draw looks pretty good from Coleman. It's going to end up being shot buried. It's poking out a little bit. And so it looks like Hazard wants to draw on top of it. From Katie Feldman. Doing the counterclockwise out turn rotation. And Feldman has been, Katie Feldman. There's 3 Feldmans in the field. They're all related. This looks pretty good as they finish it with a sweep here. And it looks like it's going to be frozen on top of that yellow. And the angles really worked well for Team Hazard. So Max is going to ask Adam Nathan to do some clearing action. Going for the intern clockwise front clear. And that is a double takeout. Let's look at the replay. So Max is going to ask Adam Nathan to do some clearing action. Going for the intern clockwise front clear. And that is a double takeout. Let's look at the replay. And so that double takeout was brought to you by doubletakeout.com. And Adam Nathan's been asked to throw mostly hits. And by my mark, he's been mostly effective. He had a couple less than optimal outcomes in the last end. And for Feldman, this intern draw, put up a front stone, I believe. I would say it's only partly successful. Actually, it opens things up more. As you see Nathan throw his next. I think what Maxie wants out of this shot is to just get rid of the yellow and maybe roll into the pile here. And that looks like a mission accomplished. A bit of a hit and roll. And the nice thing about that shot, and like some of these shots, is that when you watch trailing on TV, you feel like people are throwing a lot of weight and people have to throw a lot of weight to get rocks moving. But with Nathan's last shot, you can see that he threw a shot that didn't have a lot of weight on it, but it was enough to get the stone out of play, through the house, out of play. So as you see the net stone coming from Eric Hazard. Playing third, says he has over 50 years of curling experience, which is plausible. And just looking to put up another front stone, another guard. Mission accomplished. So for Eric Hazard, when he is asked to draw, he's pretty effective. When he's asked to do a takeout, he's had one good takeout and a couple not so great takeouts. So now Max is facing a pretty complicated house. I think just looking to kind of move some rocks around. I mean, if you were able to open up and start to kind of tap out the red and the yellow that's in the center, could generate a multiple point score. But he has to get rid of that shot stone red. So this is Michelle Wagner's first. Really calling hard for line. This is the out-turn counterclockwise rotation. I think they were looking to just kind of tap some stuff around. It's a pretty complicated situation right now. I don't think the shot was as effective as they had hoped. Now we have for Team Hazard. Eric's been to mixed nationals 4 times as part of a team from California. And with this shot here, looking to I think maybe draw to the tee line. But I think keeping it high is the alternative, which is what they are going to do. It is on the outside of the rings. It gives Maxie something to play with, and I think he's going to... I think he just wants to replace it. You know, hit it out. As we have the second stone for Michelle Wagner, playing for 20 plus years. She was also on the 2022 championship squad for MoPac. It does clear one of the yellows. And the shooter rolls somewhere. So Maxie is sitting shots, but just this one rock right now, as there is a hazard yellow frozen right on top, and the angles are still really benefiting Hazard to force Maxie to a single point. As Edie Hazard gets sets. Oh, Edith Hazards. Going for the clockwise in turn. Just drawing. If it turns into a front stone, that would be fine, but it's just going to go into the pile. So if Maxie wants to try and get rid of that yellow, this would be the time to go. Or I think they could maybe look to clear the yellow that he put his broom on to maybe open up a draw path for his last. So for Fred Maxie, he's thrown mostly hits, which fits his modus operandi. Modus operandi? It's Latin. And then conversely, Edie's thrown all guards. As Fred gets sets, looking to clear the yellow. Another in turn. I think just looking to tap it out. And again, soft weights, that's all you need. That's what they wanted. So now it sets up something for Max to maybe tap that red back. And so they're looking, Hazard's looking to just like put up a guard. But I wonder why they just don't get rid of it. I mean, if they okay. If they get rid of it, it would be effective, but if they tap it up themselves, that could be bad. So as I mentioned before, Edie's thrown mostly guards, or mostly draws and guards. And so I think she's just opting for her bread and butter shot and just clog it up so that Maxie can't easily advance that red. For Team Hazard, this is her last. She's been curling for 40 plus years and definitely seems plausible. She most recently finished in third place at the MoPac Seniors event, or the 2023 MoPac Seniors event. But her curling history also goes back to Scotland. She was the winner of the 1993 Scottish National Mixed Championship, curling with her brother and sister. And that is a guard. Intern guard. Covers most of it. And so now Team Hazard was contented to see the single point, and now Maxie is trying to see how they might be able to get two. And they're looking to draw on the left side from this view. Looks like the path is there, although there haven't been any draws recently on that side of the ice. So it'll be interesting to see if they have the weight dialed in. And also, as I said before, Maxie hasn't thrown many draws. So Fred Maxie gets sets. He's been curling for 30 plus years, which I believe is plausible. Going for a draw. Out-turn rotation. Looks pretty good. Weight's really close. Oh, and then it just dug in. It's going to crash on the guard. So it's going to be a single point for Team Maxie to take a 7-5 lead into the sixth end. And then Hazard will have the hammer when we come back to the 2025 doubletakeout.com MoPac Championships presented by curling.gg. Welcome back to the Mixed Fours Championship, coming to you live from the Coyotes Curling Club. Looks like Gabrielle drawn into the house to the back 8 foot. We've got a whole lot of action on tap this weekend, including our next draw as Brian Feldman throws his first shots. Our next draw will be at around 12:30 Mountain Time. Our feature game will be Team Baird taking on Team Grow. This is going to slip into the house. And that's our Sheet B game. The Coyotes string game will be Team McDonald taking on Team Unterborn. And that's all at 12:30 on the MoPac and Coyotes YouTube channels. So Coleman's going to take this Feldman stone on. It's going to hit, mission accomplished. And Coleman's thrown mostly draws, but when she's thrown hits, they've been effective. So this is Feldman's second stone. Going for a guard. I think that's what he wanted last time. Not quite sure though. Oh, this is going to slip in the rings. So it's going to give Maxie a target. And Adam Nathan pushes out of the hat, doing the clockwise intern rotation. And does the hit and rolls back to the center. So that was effective. And Nathan's thrown mostly hits. And as I think I mentioned before, they've been pretty effective. As we see Katie Feldman throw her first. I think looking to clear the front out. With the intern rotation. It does clear the front. Shooter rolls wide. And Feldman's thrown a mix of hits and draws. The draws have been more effective than the takeouts. Partly it might just be figuring out the ice at the start of this event. And so it looks like Nathan's just going to draw on top of the house or in front of the house with the out-turn counterclockwise rotation. Looking for a guard, or looking for top of the house actually, and it does get there. So people who are not familiar with curling may not understand what I'm saying what I mean when I say out-turn or in-turn. It's based on the rotation of the rock, but it's also the easiest way I remember it is kind of just picturing how your elbow rotates. So like if you're going counterclockwise, your elbow is going to, if you're right-handed, if you want to go counterclockwise, you would twist it to the left, and your elbow would go kind of out. So that would make it an out turn, and then if you wanted to go clockwise to the right, you would have to kind of rotate your elbow in, and that makes it an in turn. So Feldman got a hit there. Rolls to the right, open. But in terms of the objective, mission accomplished. I didn't catch the rotation of that one. And that's a good hit there from Wagner. And Wagner's kind of like Maxie. She's thrown mostly hits and been fairly effective with those hits. As Eric Hazard gets set, I think just to draw to the top of the house. And I think that rock was taken out of play, so it picked, I think, or got burned. So it does give an opportunity to Maxie to put another rock in the house. Just unfortunate outcome there. The rock may have also just been stopped because they realized it wasn't getting to play. So this is Michelle Wagner's first, looking to draw in. Going for the out turn, draw, top of the house. Maxie is sitting 3, really putting the pressure on Hazard to try and make something happen here in this end. As Eric throws his second. And Eric's also been to the Pacific International Cup 3 times, which is a cross-border spiel, most often hosted in British Columbia, Canada. This out turn's a little heavy. I think they did want to tap it back though. And it does tap it back. Let's see where the shooter ended up. So it ended up in the back 4 foot. Well, actually more in the 8 foot. It is shot rock, and so Maxie's going to take it on. And I don't think he necessarily cares if any of his reds stick around with his shots. Just really wants to get that yellow to go away and then minimize the opportunities for Hazard to score multiple points. And here is his shot. It might jam the yellow onto the red. Nope. It was enough. The takeout was accomplished by Fred Maxie. That was a good shot. And Maxie is again sitting 3. This end is being brought to you by Endgame Curling. Endgame Curling is a manufacturer of brooms and other curling gear. So Edie gets set for her first. Looking to, I think, just draw. Maybe she put a bit of spice on that release. It's gonna hit and stick. I think they were hoping for a bit of a roll. As a takeout, mission accomplished. But now it gives Maxie an open hit in return, which he's going to take full advantage of. I bet dollars to donuts. I'm curious about how that wager would work if you bet dollars to donuts. If you were a bookie, how would you even assess that? Dollars to donuts. I'm fine with soup to nuts, thank you very much. As a friend Maxie throws his last. Just looking to hit. Oh, this could be a bit of a disaster, but it worked out really well. Gets rid of the shot stone. The shooter rolls away. That was like 2 inches from being not great. But as it is facing 2, Hazard has no choice but to draw for a single point. It's been a close game so far. It's been really exciting. And I'm glad that you guys were able to tune in. And I hope you'll be able to tune in later today at 12:30, 4:30, and around 8 tonight, all times Mountain. As we see Edie's last stone going for a draw. Just need to basically bite the 8-foot ring for a single point. And that looks like it's good for a single point. So Hazard draws within 1. It's 7-6 in favor of Maxie. We're going to take a quick pause in the action. We'll be right back to the 2025 MoPac Championships, powered by doubletakeout.com and curling.gg. Welcome back to the 2025 doubletakeout.com MoPac Championships presented by curling.gg. Brian Feldman puts up a guard with his first. As we're getting underway with the 7th end here in a 1-point game, we're going to go around the rings real quick and update coverage. Most of these games are really close, which is what you want to see at an event like this. On sheet A, the contest between Team Barajas of San Francisco Bay Area Curling and Team Duncan of Coyotes. It is currently 6-2 in favor of Barajas, due in large part to Barajas putting up 4 points with a hammer in the 5th end. On our feature sheet, Coleman was able to draw in around the partially covered. On our feature sheets here, as you see, it's been a pretty close game after Maxie jumped out to a 6-0 lead after the first end. Brian Feldman was not happy with that. And indeed, it's going to go through the house out of play. On sheet C, the contest between Team Leclerc Coyotes and a new team, Pomeroy out of Oval Curling of Utah. That's my club. It's currently 3-2 in favor of Leclerc. And it's an interesting development because Leclerc is also one of those teams who can really run up the score if they have a chance. So it looks pretty hard fought on sheet C. And that is the Coyotes streaming game. And that is available on the Coyotes YouTube channel without commentary. And then on sheet D, the contest between Team Walsh from San Francisco and Team Fry of One Country. It is 7-2 in favor of Walsh. I think helped by Walsh scoring 3 with a hammer in the first end. And then teams traded singles back and forth until Walsh put up a 2 spot in the 6th end. So it looks like Katie Feldman's first shot. Hoping to draw around the guard, and unfortunately crashed on the guard. So that brings you up to date on the scores. All those scores are available on bonspieler.com, the site for scores to curling games and recipes to hot fudge sundaes at bonspieler.com. Note I don't think they have a hot fudge recipe on bonspieler.com. This is Adam Nathan looking to draw. This is looks like they're splitting the rings, just based on the rotation where Maxie has the broom. It's a little high, so the action is kind of focused on the middle, and that is where Edie has the broom. So Katie Feldman's been curling for 10.5 years. Katie notes in her bio that she's taking on the role of Brendan Botcher this weekend, going from skip to second so that she can be on a team with Eric, her favorite hazard ever. And that intern takeout was successful. Gets rid of one of the reds, and Hazard is sitting second shots, while Maxie is sitting first and second. And so it looks like Maxie is just going to try and blow up the middle here with Adam Nathan second. And so Adam's been curling for 20 plus years. He has went to junior nationals twice. This is really good, actually. It does take out the yellow and keeps the red shot stone in play. Really awesome. And then as I was mentioning, Adam Nathan has been to junior nationals twice, and then he represented Team USA at the 2009 New Zealand Winter Games. As Eric delivers his first, looking for a takeout weight. And looks like it over curled a little bit. The shooter just lanced off of the shot stone, and the shot stone got pushed to the side. So not much of a positive outcome there, unfortunately. Maxie's still sitting 2. As Michelle Wagner gets set. And I think Fred just wanted the rock to be, I thought he wanted it high, but maybe he wanted it deep. Settles in the back 8, it's second shot. So Hazard could draw to that now and then worry about shot stone later. As we see the clockwise release from Eric Hazard, or counterclockwise. Weight could be a little light. It's lighting now. Ends up not quite corner frozen. So Maxie can pick it out, and that's what he wants to do. Not a bad draw, though, from Eric. Just it being a little exposed makes it less than ideal. So as I mentioned a couple ends ago, Michelle was on the team that won our MoPac Championship a couple years ago. She's also been to 8 qualifying national events. Oh, and this kind of went a little pear-shaped. So it looks like it hit the red mostly and pushed the yellow back to 8 foot. Let me show you what I'm seeing. So now yellow's shot, and now there's a chance for Hazard to score multiple points. And we're getting to the end game here. Hey, is that where the sponsor got its name from? They're getting to the end game here. So Hazard has the hammer right now, but there's only one more end after this. So if they, I mean, they could have tried to blank this end, but the blank is not really feasible right now. So I think the best outcome for them is to score multiple points. Hopefully maybe be up 1 and maybe steal the last end. And then for Maxie, maybe either scoring here or limiting Hazard to 1. Limiting Hazard to 1 is probably the best bet. And so it looks like they're opting to put a rock in front of the shot stone. Doesn't quite bury it though, it doesn't quite cover it. So now Max is going to try that hit again from a slightly different position. So Fred Maxie is an 8-time MoPac mixed champion, a 4-time Washington mixed champion, and won the whole dang thing at Nationals in 2016. Now let's see what he has on tap here with his first without the hammer here in the 7th. This is close, but it does crash on the guard. He was going for soft weight, but I thought it was a takeout. He could have been just looking to draw on top, actually, but the line was a little tight for that. So it looks like oh, does Maxie have the hammer? Oh, okay. I goofed up. Maxie has the hammer. So it looks like Hazard's going to put another rock in front. I'm curious about putting up a guard here, because if they, if Maxie is able to get rid of the yellow, they could score 2 points. So looks like the guard was put up. It looks like, again, not covering the shot stone, but Maxie's opting to just draw for a single point to take a 2-point lead coming home without the hammer. So looking to draw this time, and Maxie is taking a decent amount more ice than he did for his first shot. Just to draw for a single, but for a 2-point lead, coming home without the hammer in the last. This looks a little tight. It started curling early. Is it going to be around that front stone? I don't think it will. Oh, it wicks off of it. You're sweeping really hard to try to get it in, and it comes up just a little short. Oh, got it? Okay. Okay, the cameras are lying to me. I joke to say that the camera doesn't lie. It just tell the whole story, and that is definitely what happened there. But thanks to the warm room for letting me know that is a great draw there from Maxie when it could have gone the wrong way. So as we mentioned, Maxie will take that 2-point lead into the 8th end when we come back to the 2025 doubletakeout.com MoPac Championships presented by curling.gg. Just another quick thank you to our sponsors of this event, curling.gg, doubletakeout.com, and Endgame Curling. Definitely appreciate your help for the support for this broadcast and championship curling in MoPac and the sport of curling. We definitely appreciate it. Rocks in play, we're underway here in the 8th ends. It's a 2-point game as Gabrielle throws into the rings. It looks like Hazard wants to, I think she wants to draw. As Brian Feldman gets set. He's been curling for 10 years. And also, I mentioned the rotations. That was a in-turn clockwise rotation. But that's also, the in-turn out-turn really only works if you're right-handed. It's opposite if you're left-handed. But does put up that guard, corner guard, looks pretty good. And Coleman quickly gets set to, I think, put up a center guard with her last. And as I mentioned before, she's been curling for 10 plus years. And her experience also includes competing at the 2009 Olympic trials, which would have been the qualifier ahead of the 2010 Vancouver Games. So this guard partially covers the shot stone. And so Edie's, I think, looking to hit and roll, hit the shot stone and then roll toward the left with Brian Feldman's last rock. And Brian's fun fact is that when he's asked for input on strategy, he always asks, what if we throw it really, really, really hard? Now this one was not thrown hard enough necessarily. As Matt's just going to sweep the guard out of play, and then we have our first 5-rock rule violation there. And so with the 5-rock rule, any guard that's in front of the house, it's not touching the house. If it's displaced or if it's taken completely out of play by the opposing team, the non-defending team can choose to either let the rocks stay where they ended up, or they can replace the original stone and take out the offending rock. And this is, in this case, Maxie just took out the offending rock and replaced the guard. So Adam Nathan is going to... He threw a draw, and I think it was just a little wide, and it's going to promote the yellow into the house. Team Hazard down 2 with the hammer, so they need 2 to keep playing. And I'm going to maybe ask the warm room the answer to this question. All right, so the answer to the unspoken question was, if they are tied at the end of regulation, there will be an extra end. There's no ties in pool play. And so looks like Katie Feldman's hit and roll was very successful. Gonna mark that as a 4 points for those keeping score at home. And so now Hazard is sitting 2. The teams do have a timeout if they wish to call it, as Team Maxie gets together. You can see there's clocks in the background on the monitor, but they have plenty of time. So they are calling the timeout now. So now we're going to do the can we listen in and hear what they're saying? And the answer almost is never, but we're going to try. Okay, so it's hard to hear. We're going to keep trying. One of these days it works. Maybe. So Maxie, talking about the situation, I wasn't able to really hear what they might be thinking. I think they're just trying to maybe try to draw around the corner guard. Maybe tap the yellow back. Actually, I think that was the call. I think it was just a little heavy for what they were trying to do. And so, yeah, that's an unfortunate miss there. So now it gives Hazard a chance to either junk things up front or maybe put another one in. As Hazard has the broom down for Feldman. It's very similar to broom to what Maxie had. I think they're maybe trying to, put one just to the left of the red stone, or left of the yellow, as Feldman delivers the stone. I think they want to keep it high. They don't want it to go deep in the house. And so sweepers were sweeping for just a bit, and now they're just going to maybe let it coast into the house. A little tap's not too bad. So it pushes the shot stone a little further under cover, and then the shooter itself rolls back toward the middle and is now shot stone. So I think Max is going to try to hit and roll, hit the shot stone, and then maybe roll back towards the wing as Wagner throws her stone, going for the out turn. This is going to be close. It gets the shot stone away, but then the shooter will also roll through the house out of play. Well, it's still in play. It's not scoring. But the takeout was successful. Hazard is sitting 2. As Eric Hazard is getting sets. Going for the in-turn draw again. Let's take a quick trip around the rings one last time. Well, we might go around the rings one more time because it's so much fun. There's 2 games left on the ice. The games that finished include on sheet A, Team Barajas winning over Team Duncan 7-2 through 7 ends. And then on sheet D, Team Walsh of San Francisco was the 9-2 winners over Team Fry from one country. And that one also wrapped up in 7. So Hazard's draw was pretty good, or a front stone. And so now it looks like Maxie is going to start trying to draw into the middle and out counts Hazard. So you're watching your feature game on sheet C, the Coyotes stream game. The back and forth battle has kind of shifted, swung towards LeClaire. They are up 5-2. But Pomeroy has the hammer in the 8th end. And that ended up a bit light, I think. So Team Hazard is going to take their timeout as they head down the ice to think about it. And let's see if we can listen in. Okay, I was able to hear some of that. So, looks like they're opting for the draw, which does make sense. I think they would maybe hope to sit top 12, but anywhere in front of the house is good for Eric Hazard's last shot as he slides from the hatch. Doing the out turn. This is maybe over curling a smidge. Maybe they're hoping to wick off with the red and roll back towards the center. It does get a little kiss. And you can see it does kind of prevent an easy run back for Maxie, but that port is still pretty wide open. As you can see it from this head-on view. So I mentioned before that Maxie likes to throw hits, but he's thrown a decent number of draws the last two ends. And he's going to be asked to do another draw right here. Let's time it because I have a stopwatch on me. You guys can't see. He gave a little pop at the end there. Let's see what it will do. Going for the out turn. Looks pretty close. You're just cleaning it. I got 13:06, which is the split time between the hog lines. It's going to be a little deep, so it's a pretty good draw. But it does it is accessible, and it's for Hazard have a chance to tie this game. I think they've got to maybe try to hit and roll wide, or if they hit and nose, or like hit and roll just a little bit towards the left, then Maxie will probably be forced to make a play on it or risk drawing. And draws can be tricky shots. But in the case of Maxie, that last shot was really good. It is somewhat open though. So let's see if Hazard here can do a little chip action, I think. So I think looking about hack weight. Sweepers are on it. It's close. Oh, but it crashed on the guard. So now Maxie is probably just going to draw in, sit two, and then make it really hard for Hazard to really hit them out for 2 points. Looks like handshakes on sheet C. Features, sorry, the Coyotes streaming game. Looks like that Leclerc was able to secure the win by running the other team out of stones, which is Pomeroy. As you see, Maxie's last here, going for another draw. Just as a reminder, we're going to be back live at about 12:30 Mountain Time. This is starting to curl. It's going to hang out. A draw's not too bad. Okay, that actually worked out really well. Has it really well covered. As Team Hazard gathers to decide what to do. There isn't there's two shots. They're both run backs. The first run back is probably just right down the middle, run the red on the red, and hopefully double them out. The other run back is an angel run back for the win, but it seems super difficult on the left. Run the red onto yellow onto red, and like I said, super difficult. So they're just opting for the more straightforward raised takeout, as it were, for a chance to tie and force the extra end. As Edie Hazard gets her rock sets. Feldman's by her side. go. Last rock. Down 2. Hoping for a raised takeout for the tie. It's close. And they got it! That is a double takeout for 2. My goodness. And we have what we call in the business extra curling. Let's watch that replay. And they got it! That is a double takeout for 2. My goodness. So we'll call that a double takeout by doubletakeout.com. Way to convert the hammer there and to tie things up. We're all square at 8. And Maxie will have the hammer in this extra end. And we'll have it for you in just a moment when we come back to the 2025 doubletakeout.com MoPac Championships presented by curling.gg. Welcome back to the Mixed Fours Championships, coming to you live from the Coyotes Curling Club. We have Brian Feldman throwing his first stone here at this extra end. It's been a great game as Feldman throws the outturn biter, and so it's going to give Maxie a chance to hit it. As we have Gabrielle throwing hack weights, outturn. Just hoping to, I think, just get that yellow to go away, and it does. And the shooter also goes through the house out of play. But mission accomplished. Clean house right now. So it looks like Feldman's going to try to put that guard up again. And this is definitely a guard. Mission accomplished, just like it's in the 2 zone or the middle third of the guard zone area. And so Maxie's going to have Coleman draw around. Sweepers are on it. Let's see if it's going to end up in the house. It looks like it's going to get there. Actually, it's a guard. I thought they were going to draw around, but a guard it is. Looks like mission accomplished. Both teams have guards, and for Hazard, guards are their friends. For Maxie, they want to try and probably keep an open house and then hopefully just have a draw for their last. Junking up the house tends to benefit the team without the hammer, although not always. And this looks to also be another guard. Again, just Hazard just kind of building up a wall. And at some point they're going to want to go into the house. And Maxie has the broom down to prevent that from happening as Adam Nathan pushes from the hack. And you can see team's got more time to play this extra end. And they also got another timeout. So it does help to clear the front. So mission accomplished. Looks like the shooter stuck around, but on the right wing, not really doing much. But sometimes they come back into play in the weirdest way. As we see Katie Feldman throwing hers first. No, her second, my apologies. I think looking to just put up another guard. Or maybe tap the yellow in the house. So it does tap the yellow, but all three of those yellows stay above the house, out of scoring position. And so Max is going to ask for Nathan to clear again. Looking for an out turn. Out turn counterclockwise rotation. He's got a little bit of a fishtail in that release there. Let's see what stones can get moving. Just one yellow goes away again, but again, mission accomplished. So yellow still has two guards in front of the house. And it looks like they might be opting to draw in. Maybe draw around that center guard while they still can. And this is Eric Hazard, his first here in the extra end. Going counterclockwise with his rotation. Looks like it could be on the guard. So it could be going for a tap back. And that's what they ended up with. And they spilled the shooter into the house. So now Hazard's sitting two, but both stones are exposed. As Michelle Wagner gets set to make one of the yellows go away. It's kind of hanging out. And it looks like it's going to flash, unfortunately. It just didn't come back. So looks like Eric is going to try that draw again. Hopefully get buried under cover. Cleaning his rock to make sure there's no debris. It's really easy for a stone to hit the brakes with a piece of hair or dirt or debris on the ice. And so keeping the rock surface and the ice surface clean are super important. As Eric's shot is away. And let's see where it might end up. It looks like it's going to be just outside the house. It does set up a double, if not a triple, for Wagner to take on. And this is a chance for redemption for Michelle Wagner. I think it's going to, oh my goodness, it crashes on the guard. Promotes the yellow that was outside of the house into the rings. So it's just another miss, unfortunately, there. It does open up the front a little bit, so that could be the saving grace of that last shot. So they are calling their timeout. And so we should definitely be able to hear it this time. They're the only team on the ice. Let's listen in.
Yeah, it was all on this side of the line, right?
Yeah.
So I knew it was going to hold.
Yeah.
We didn't leave it. Yeah, we were more in control, so I thought we would hold this.
Right.
Tell me what you want.
All right, so the broom's down. They're looking to draw. I think they're looking for less curl. The Rocks have not been curling as much as they were anticipating earlier in this game, and it's led to some misses actually. So Edie has the broom down, looking to draw around that front stone. This is her first rock here, without the hammer in the extra. Brian is sweeping, I think, just to maybe initially to hold the line, but now they're just cleaning. It's just really hanging out there. And it finishes okay, but it didn't come back under cover at all. It actually sets up a bit of a double for Maxie to take on if they wanted to. And the double made sense. Because if they get those two yellows to go away. Okay, they wouldn't be shot though. Now, that might be the issue. But I think they're set up for the double because just to open up the front and then hopefully set up a draw for the last or like an easy hit for their last. So this is just really, it's not to get in a scoring position now, but it's to help set up scoring in the very last shot. So as Fred gets set, you can see the clocks in the background. Both teams have plenty of time to do 2 shots or 1 shot. And this is Maxie's first here with the hammer and the extra. Sweepers jump on it early. Going to get 1. Is it going to get 2 moving? No. Although it does, the shooter rolls over and kind of chips off of the yellow on the left. And it's good for a second shot, I believe. Just looking at the overhead, that does seem to be the case. It is buried. And so now Hazard's looking to maybe just draw from the other side for their last to be sitting 2 shots and make it that much harder for Maxie to score here in this extra. So the broom down. As Edie Hazard gets set. So let's see how it goes. The weight looks pretty good. A little tap's not too bad. Although you want to make sure you're hopefully sitting 2, and they're only sitting 1. So if Maxie can make that shot stone go away, then they would score 1 or 2 and then secure the win. It really depends on what you're comfortable with. So they're talking about it. Try to listen in. I'll keep trying. Just set up to make that yellow go away and secure the win. It turned out to be a pretty exciting game. I'm so glad you guys tuned in. Hopefully you'll tune in throughout this entire weekend on the MoPac and Coyotes Curling Club YouTube channels. Our next game is set for 12:30 Mountain Time. As we see Fred deliver his last rock here in the extra. Made the shot stone go away for the win. It's close. And it's there. It looks like a score of 2 for the win. And handshakes all around. As Fred Maxie was in the driver's seat early, and then Hazard clawed their way back to tie things up, and that led to this exciting ending. I'm so glad that you guys were able to tune in. And just a quick reminder that I'm really bad at transitions. The 2025 WCCC MoPac Championships presented by Curling.gg is brought to you by doubletakeout.com and by Curling.gg, as well as Endgame Curling. We definitely appreciate you tuning into this broadcast, and just a quick reminder that this broadcast is presented by authority of the Mountain Pacific Curling Association. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form without the express written consent of the Mountain Pacific Curling Association. But if you ask nicely, we'll consider it. What a great game, folks. Hope you guys will tune in for the 12:30 game. Our feature game will be Team Baird taking on Team Bro. The Coyotes Club Stream will be McDonald taking on Team Unterborn. That's all at 12:30 Mountain. And hope you guys will tune in. Until then, this has been your host, Ryan Olson, saying good day, good curling, and we'll see you next time.